Listen here, being busy is not the same as making progress. And today I want to dig into that idea in a way that I think most people have never quite stopped to sit with honestly. Because here's what I've noticed over a long life of watching people work. The busiest people I've known have not always been the most successful ones. And the most successful ones have not always been the busiest. In fact, some of the people I've watched build the most weren't running around looking like they were working that hard at all. They were just working on the right things, consistently, without all the noise around it. Now out here on this farm, the land is a perfect teacher on this particular subject, because a farm can be full of activity every single day. Machinery running, people moving, fence getting mended, equipment getting cleaned, and still have a terrible year if the planting didn't happen right, if the water didn't reach the roots, if the things that actually produced the harvest got neglected while everything else looked busy. I've had seasons like that. Seasons where I worked as hard as I've ever worked, and looked up in the fall to find the harvest was thin. And when I went back honest over those seasons, and this is not comfortable to do, I found the same thing every time. I had been tending the noise and neglecting the signal. I had been solving the problems that were loudest rather than the ones that were most important. I had been busy, but I hadn't been building. Now I want to walk you through 3 kinds of busyness that feel exactly like progress, but quietly steal your whole season. First kind, busy with what's urgent instead of what matters. The urgent things shout, the important things are quiet, and the human brain is wired to respond to what shouts over what's quiet. So the urgent tasks fill the day. The emails, the small fires, the calls that need returning, the problems that showed up this morning, and the quiet important things, the project that needs uninterrupted time, the relationship that needs tending, the skill that needs building, the direction that needs deciding. Those stay in tomorrow's pile, which, as I mentioned in a different video, is a pile that never quite gets addressed. Out here on the farm, if I spend all my time putting out the small fires and never work on fireproofing the barn, eventually the barn burns down. Urgency management without importance management is just very organized treading of water. Second kind, busy with the appearance of progress instead of the substance of it. Now this one is delicate, so let me say it carefully. There are things that look like progress, that feel like progress, that everyone around you would count as progress, that aren't actually moving you toward the thing you want. Meetings that could have been decisions, planning documents that keep getting refined instead of acted on, conversations about the work instead of the work itself. Out here on the farm, there is a term for a man who spends all his time sharpening his tools and none of it farming. And I won't say it in polite company. But the point stands. Preparation is necessary. Planning has its place. But there is a version of both that becomes a way of staying comfortable while still looking productive. Ask yourself honestly, in the last week, what did you do that actually moved the most important thing in your life meaningfully forward? Not what you prepared to do, not what you planned to do, what you actually did. If that answer is hard to find, this is worth thinking about. Third kind, and this one is the quietest. Busy with other people's priorities instead of your own. Now this is not a criticism of generosity. I'm not saying stop helping people. I'm saying look honestly at where your best hours go. Because most people, if they map their day, would find that the majority of their real energy, their sharpest thinking, their most productive time, goes to things that were asked of them by someone else. Not the thing they're trying to build, the thing someone else needed built. Now I understand how that happens. Helping is easier to start than building. Responding is faster than creating. Serving someone else's deadline gives you a clear finish line that your own work often doesn't. But at the end of a season full of helping other people's farms, your farm is still where you left it, and the year is gone. Now, I want to be straight with you. I'm not saying stop being useful to people. I'm not saying stop serving and helping and showing up. I'm saying take an honest look at what got built this season. Not what you were involved in, what got built, what moved, what's closer to done. What exists now that didn't exist at the start of the season? Because that's the real scorecard. And if the scorecard is thin, the answer is almost never, I didn't work hard enough. The answer is almost always, I worked hard on the wrong things. Now, here's the one thing I've found that actually changes this. It's uncomfortable, and it's simple. At the beginning of each day, before anything else grabs your attention, ask yourself one question. What is the one thing that would make today count? Not the 10 things, not everything on the list. The one thing, the thing that if it got done today and nothing else did, the day would still have been worth it. Do that thing first. Before the noise starts, before the urgency arrives. Do it when your mind is sharpest and the day is still yours. Then everything else is a bonus. Out here on this farm, we have a saying, tend the crop, not the field. Because a farm is full of things that could use attention, but only some of them produce the harvest. Know which ones are which, and tend those first. Now, down in the comments, I want to hear from you. What is the one thing that you know would make the biggest difference right now if you just gave it your real attention? Not the list, one thing. Write it down here. You've just done the first step. I'll be reading every word. New farmstead wisdom every day.